Thank you, Haunt Gods! Busch Gardens Williamsburg just gave us every announcement coming to Howl-o-scream this year, and we're going to talk about it in today's video. Welcome back to another video, guys, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Today's video is filled with haunted houses, scare zones, monsters, and everything coming to Howl-o-scream this year at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. But before we get into that, my name's Eddie, and this is Edutainment, your one-stop shop for all things theme park, travel, and holiday events, just like Howl-o-scream. So if that's your thing, consider browsing the channel and checking out my other content. Like this video if you enjoy it, lets me know to keep on putting out videos just like this one. Also, we are on our mission to get past 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and we're trucking along. So if you enjoy this content, like the channel, make sure to subscribe. Your support goes a really long way. Also, don't forget to comment down below. I respond to all the comments personally myself, and some of the ideas that have been featured in these videos have come from viewers just like yourself in the comments. Now, all that being said, we have some exciting news coming out of Busch Gardens Williamsburg in the form of Howl-o-scream announcements. Coming September 9th, open through October 31st on select nights, we have their Howl-o-scream event. Now, we got an announcement, and not just any announcement, they literally announced the whole entire event. So let's go ahead and read the description of this year's event. Virginia's premier Halloween event. Busch Gardens Howl-o-scream returns with a twisted new game and an evil host beginning on Friday, September 9th, 2022. In this ghoulish game show, every guest is a contestant, led to their destiny by the master of scaremonies. Your fate awaits with 5 haunted houses, 5 territories, 4 sinister shows, 2 party zones, and unexpected scares awaiting their victims at every turn. Beyond the haunts, guests can take the horror to a whole new height with nighttime rides on 8 world-class coasters, including the all-new Pantheon. This year's event takes screams to the extreme, with the 3 new haunted houses and 3 new territories, complete with 6 menacing booze bars to fuel the fear and tackle the night of frights. Now, I'm already super excited for this event because it has a host. Now, it doesn't have much of a description, which kind of leaves me wondering who this host is and what he's gonna do. It does say that it's kind of like a game show type of thing, and you see a picture of the guy, but that's about it. But if you know anything about me and you've been watching the channel long enough, you know that I love icons and hosts. It adds to the lore and the story of these events. And that's not even taking into consideration the eerie experiences, the shows that we could also experience, as well as the new territories and new houses. So let's go down the list and check out everything that's coming to the event, starting with the experiences. All right, so we start on over at the eerie experiences on the Howl-o-scream website, and we have a few new ones, but many returning. Party zones, we have 2 new party zones, but in our typical areas like France and Festa Italia, we have DJ Marie Antoinette's party zone over at France, and then DJ Masquerade party zone over at Festa Italia. These party zones are typical. Sometimes you have some of the characters to interact with, like the one over at Festa Italia typically had some of the characters over from Cirque du Sinistro, RIP Cirque du Sinistro. We'll talk more about that when we get to the haunted houses. Now we have the booze bars. The booze bars are 6 bars that are coming to the event, 2 of which are brand new. We got brand new, the Stone Cold Spirits over at Italy Gardens, and then we have Pete's Provisions over at New France. Back Alley Bar is returning to England. Jack's Nightcaps is returning to Ireland. Frost Bar returning to Oktoberfest, and Bar Castle is over at Oktoberfest as well, and this is the newer bar experience over in front of Dark Castle's old building. Next, we have the rides and coasters. Super cool that we're able to ride a good amount of the leading roller coasters over at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Most special is the all-new Pantheon, their new world's fastest multi-launch roller coaster, and you'll be able to ride that at night. We have another performer, which is Zombeats, ambassador drums to their own Howl-o-scream beats. But from that, we move over to something that I'm looking forward to, the Roaming Hack Pack. Roaming Hack Pack is basically a roaming horde throughout the park. You'll have your haunted houses as well as your scare zones, But on top of that, no other area of the park is truly safe with this roaming hike pack. We have also this Sinister Smiles photo opportunities, something a little cool, a little different, where you have different photo opportunities over at a haunt event. Not typical, but I like the idea and look forward to seeing how they pull this off. Of course, we have exclusive merchandise, not pictured in here. This is kind of a generic photo, but they'll have exclusive merchandise for this year's event. And last but not least, we have howl-o-scream tours. We haven't done these, but this year might be the year that we do one of these special tours and bring you guys along with us for the fun. All right, so next let's check out the Sinister shows. And I hope you guys like this style. I've never tried this before, but kind of going through the website and showing you guys exactly what I see as we talk about it. This is where I come to get my content, nowhere else really. Maybe some videos online that I'll watch to get additional content, but let's talk about the Sinister shows. And it looks like as far as shows go, these are all returning shows. We have Jack is Back over in Ireland. We have Phantom of the Fest House over in Oktoberfest, which is in Fest House. Skeletones over in, I think, Festa, Italy. And then Monster Stomp on Ripper Row. Now, I've never made it I guess like a thing to go check out the shows. I don't think I've actually ever watched any of the shows. This particular show right here, the Monster Stomp show, I think would be a super cool one to go check out. So this year, if you guys want to see me cover the shows, maybe do a whole separate video just checking out all 4 shows, let me know in the comments. And if you've seen the shows and you think they're good, let me know that as well. If you think they're bad, let me know which ones to avoid. Appreciate it. And now we're going to get to the fun part. I just wanted you to see my face really quick so you can see how excited I am for this year's event. We're going to get to the scaretories, or territories as they call it over at Busch Gardens, as well as the houses. But let's get back to the website. All right, so back on over to the website. It brings us to haunted houses and territories. So we have 3 new haunted houses coming to the event, starting with Inferno. When death is only the beginning, there is no end to the scorching terror in sight. As the ground opens to the fiery torment of the dead, your only hope to escape is to journey further into the twisted domains. Descend deep into the pits of Lucifer's lair to find your way out, but beware, that rhymed. The underworld's demonic horde is yearning for your soul. And guys, I apologize. Reading out loud is not my forte, but I wanted to read these descriptions with you. This picture right here looks super cool. This is speculated to be over at the Escape from Pompeii building, which would make a lot of sense given the like volcanic disaster that's going on in this photo. But it sounds like you're in the pits of hell, and I look forward to this one. It's about time that they added something new over at the Escape from Pompeii, and more than half of the houses coming to this year's event are new. Next, we have Death Water Bayou. This is a name for a haunted house that I feel like you hear often. Death Water Bayou. That being said, I'm excited for it. The sounds of the carnival celebrations grow faint as you are beckoned deeper into the bayou by the unseen force. The cursed hands rise out of the swamp. See, guys, what I'm talking about? The cursed hands rise out of the swamp, reaching in desperation for their next devilish devotee. Beware of the bayou or fall victim to the horror cast by the swamp's sinister citizens. Gosh, reading out loud is terrible, but I do it for you guys. This looks super cool. I believe this one is also coming to howl-o-scream over in Tampa. They did something similar like this over at King's Dominion last year as well, which I think was called Death on the Bayou or Death Water Bayou, something like that. This makes me think of like New Orleans, swamps, gators and snakes, and these guys, witch doctors. I'm excited for it. Let's keep going. And let's make sure you guys can see everything I see. And then another new one, kind of a returning one, Nevermore Chapter 2. This year, Nevermore is going to have to be relocated I don't remember exactly where they say. I think where Vault 20 was for the 20th anniversary is where this one is speculated to be going. If so, I look forward to it. That actually is a really good building. I thought Vault 20 was amazing. It was a great house. So if they're putting something new back there, which they haven't used in a while, with Dark Castle closing, it makes perfect sense. Nevermore Chapter 2. Last year we had Nevermore over at Dark Castle. Now they have Dark Coaster being built inside of Dark Castle. And this has to move. A disturbing new chapter in the Nevermore saga has been unveiled, wreaking horror and havoc for the nobility and townsmen alike. The Gothic Nightmare reads, oh my gosh. All right, you guys get the point. All right, I'm gonna stop reading. And then returning, we have Witch of the Woods, a fan favorite last year, probably the second best house at the event, and the #1 house, at least for us here on the channel, Killarney Diner, returning over in Ireland. I can't wait to walk through this again. They really hit a home run with this one. Their set design, their characters, everything was on point. And I would like to see them bring more houses this style to the event. So hopefully they hit a home run with this one, bring it back, and then, clicked something. And then also they maybe hit a home run with one of these new 3 here. And last but not least, guys, we move on over to the territories and roaming scares. We have how many? 3 new territories as well as 3 returning. We'll talk about the returning ones first. We have the meat market over at France. We have Ripper's Row, always a fan favorite at the entrance of the park. Love the characters there and love the ambiance to get you started for your night over at howl-o-scream. And then we have the roaming hack pack, which means nowhere in the park is truly safe. And then the 3 new territories. I gotta say, one of these really sticks out a lot to me, and there's something that hasn't been mentioned on this website that I hope it ends up correlating with, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. We have new Dead Ahead, which is in France. This looks like some type of headless horseman. Is that what it is? Bludgeoned fate seeking. The bloody bodies of the beheaded are lurking through the streets. Similar. Sounds cool. I like the imagery. This one over here probably has some of the coolest imagery. The Gorgon Gardens over at Italy Gardens. This area tends to be the very like spooky and kind of foggy, ominous area. If the characters end up looking like this, it's gonna be terrifying. It typically is like the kind of like the Festival of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos type of area, and now it's being revamped. And then last but not least, this is the one that I am looking forward to the most, but also a sad farewell to the area where the vampires typically are. And also, I didn't mention it, but over at the scare zones or the houses, RIP to the clowns over at Festa Italia. Sad. They've been a staple at the event, but you know, sometimes you got to bring new stuff over. That being said, Scary Tale Road over at Reinfeld Village, like I said, where typically the vampires are. I am looking forward to this one the most. Reason being is over at Reinfeld Village, they've added the new speakeasy, which if you guys haven't seen, I went, checked it out, gave you guys my feedback, did a whole video going over what to expect, what the event's like, prices, all that fun stuff. So make sure to go check that out on the channel if you haven't done so already. But what if they connect this with the speakeasy? So Scary Tale Road over at Reinfeld Village, and then a hidden speakeasy that's haunt related and maybe Scary Tale related. Now that would be a home run. And that kind of does it, guys. That's basically howl-o-scream at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg in a nutshell. Well, not in a nutshell. We kind of went deep and dove into my bad reading, but also what's coming to the event. I'm looking forward to it a lot. The imagery on the website looks amazing. The fact that they've gone all out and changed so much. Some of the staples like Cirque du Sinistro are gone and being replaced. That is a roll of the dice because people love the clowns over at Cirque du Sinistro. So if this new house coming to that area doesn't hit home or doesn't do well, that'd be a huge miss. This is a risk, and I like that they're taking risk with this year's event. I'm looking forward to it. Are you guys looking forward to it? If you are, let me know. What is your favorite thing that's gonna be coming as far as the announcements go? The territories, the special experiences, haunted houses. What is your favorite? Let me know down in the description. Also, let me know if over at Rhinefeld Village, you'd like to see that speakeasy turned into a haunted speakeasy. I think that is basically, it makes sense for the event. It's a no-brainer. Just do it, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. I want to see it. Ever since you guys announced this speakeasy and I went and I experienced it, even before I experienced it, that's all I've been thinking about. Bring a speakeasy themed to howl-o-scream. That would be amazing. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed and you're excited for howl-o-scream coming to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. I will see you guys on the next one, but don't forget to ask yourself, have you been entertained?